Hello there everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm going to go ahead and continue with the story, but while we do that, I'm also going to be joined in this queue, so that hopefully we'll finally get it completed. And maybe I'll have a better result as a tank. Probably better if I was a healer, but I'm not confident in healing other party members, so... let's have a chat with Minfilia. I'm gonna check my recording again. Make sure everything's going okay. Alright. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north, as one ponderous caravan, would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Byrnjolf. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given to the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of the primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alize shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require our assistance, I have their assurances that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? Well, there's the Bahamut Coil. I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something important. Thou art ever welcome, Byrnjolf, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave, unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride and wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Be not offended, Byrnjolf. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Ah! Whence came that cry? The solar! Troll forfend the antecedent! Byrn, you must... Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Levier was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure, would that I had met him prior to his passing. An Ascian? Here? How? How readily you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you are not like the others. Your robes. Gifted but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who? You speak of La Habrea? La Habrea is a warrior. He fought, he fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. What are... We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Brea did not think so highly of the echo. La Brea is wrong about a great many things. The echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, Antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait! Stay where you are! Ow. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it always by her hand that he survived the ardor, I wonder? I take it there is no need to explain. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill me. It was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you all right? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Urianger, send word to the students of Beldesian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Asian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Asian, my lady? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Asians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Byrnjolf. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray, attend me, Tartaru. He speaks of peace, but I know his words belie his true intent. Quickly, Byrnjolf, do not let him escape. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and ye may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. Ye may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. What's my companion doing? Because I see he's finally getting some experience again on my little thing here. Hiding behind the frog. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save he who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then ye know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst my brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still. That much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Where were you, Byrnjolf? Did you find the man in white? Oh, what am I doing? The antecedent is waiting for you. Can't even do small talk with him. Thank the gods you've returned, Byrnjolf. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive. Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be again? Of when does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Let us set aside the matter of this Asian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There is but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Almegan resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the resistance with vital imperial secrets, while feeding his paymaster subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within it I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. Please, before I reconsider, give my father's journal to Urianger. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? A legacy of Minfilia's father, who perished in the parade incident of 1562, when a Gubu broke free of its magical fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah, contains a wealth of stolen imperial research on the primals, as well as other information which has yet to be deciphered. The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest the lady's sacrifice be in vain. Byrnjolf, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the seventh heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tartaru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on our doorstep. Nothing new. Okay. On to Revenant's Toll. Oh, Byrnjolf, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Most of the men and women you see around you here in Revenant's Toll are adventurers, who come and go as they wish. I dare say that should make it easier for you to go about your business here. And it shouldn't hurt that Byrnjolf here has already made something of a name for himself here. Isn't that so, Byrnjolf? Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat, despite the relocation. And with that, Byrnjolf, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The Antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. Ugh. Welcome to our new home, the Rising Stones. Isn't it lovely? But why are you standing around here talking to me? Everyone's waiting for you inside. It's because Totoro is very adorable. Ah. I did not realize the Scions had moved until I arrived in Vesper Bay. Thankfully, Urianger was kind enough to direct me here. I know I've only just joined, but if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. As you can see, our Charlayan allies have furnished us with a wealth of new tomes. It would be prudent for you to broaden your knowledge as well. As ravishing as ever. Perhaps for old time's sake, she would... Gods, Byrnjolf, don't sneak up on me like that. We bards are an easily startled lot. Oh, you wish to help? That's very kind of you, but I can manage on my own. Besides, you should be out having grand adventures, not withering away here with me. So here we are, completely independent and unquestionably neutral. Or at least, more so than before. Truth be told, I cannot say it feels that different. Of course, Ida begs to differ. I love the smell of victory in the morning. It smells like sweat. No, Muntu sauce. No, victory! Yeah, victory. The horror. The horror. Is it not wonderful, Byrnjolf? Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. I know full well they will come in time, but for now, let us enjoy the respite. There's a bird somewhere nearby going, hoo hoo hoo. Well, it is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the Antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! A moment of your time, Byrnjolf. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Lidibis. It is possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Asian, perhaps? Or Ochre? Or Puce? And which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the crystal of darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Asian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Byrnjolf. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray, return to your private affairs and with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Krile, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. Do we ever meet any of these other Asians? You object. We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the Seventh Order and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes, and at long last they see. Just seeing if there's anything different. Oh, well. I take it you've come to study the tomes as well. It's very, very important to broaden your knowledge, as your as Yustola says.
Take me with you, Byrnjolf, please. I said I wanted to take on greater responsibilities, but I didn't expect her to heap tomes on my desk in response.
Poor thing.
Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Yustola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Looking around, seeing if there's any quests that need to be done. Okay, so to Horizon, huh? Byrnjolf, your assistance is most welcome. Where's Thancred at? I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might better be spent in conversation with Fufalupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would not be repeating that which he and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Byrnjolf, what a pleasure to see you again. Ystrola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection, and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage? That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amulja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred? Wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amulja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of sumnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Byrnjolf. And so we find ourselves back where we began. What have I overlooked? Against all expectations, it would seem the Amulja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon a Efreet. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof.
Now then.
Finally voices.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
Mayhap a more subtle approach is in order. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find someone to use of use nestled away within it. We may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there is someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not. Neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort, so as not to attract undue attention. But who? Ah, yeah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerlea. A fine spot for a rest. Would you not agree, Byrnjolf? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Ahem. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them some encouragement.
Wait, if you're playing as a merchant, why are you playing as a miner?
Meaning no offense, sir. I'd sooner be left in peace. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You're unharmed.
A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Sea wolves? All of them?
Aye, and all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering.
Our thieves are a long way from home. Thingrid, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make.
To Horizon, then. Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. This tale does not require a bard's embellishment. Simply tell Fufulupa what transpired.
On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon.
But we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private.
No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape.
Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that sumnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise?
No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf. The Minzen born and raised, I believe. But do not worry. We will find him. And you have my word on that.
I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments.
Yes?
He's standing next to me.
Understood.
I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Not. You know, I could go for some paints. I wish I can see what they look like. Wait, that's a purple? Okay. Maybe we'll get the cork brown. Is that an alpaca? Oh, it's so cute. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident, I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Orthard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity. Do you not think? Come with me to Ul'dah, Byrnjolf. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with the Sultansworn on the royal promenade. You are uncertain of the role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Also, I forgot about the Hildebrand quests. I'm gonna have to do those at some point. What am I doing? Mount up. It's a golden chicken. Wonder if he lays golden eggs. I need to remember to talk to Wymond. You know, I don't think I've ever seen my inventory so less cluttered in this game. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to launch a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you, and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart, and know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alphino Levier, at your service, a friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah, yet you will need some if you wish to but you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray, join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Oh, I like this person's drip here. It's really nice. Also, sorry, I didn't mean to cough into the microphone. Hello, genlins. Okay. It has been ever so long since we last set foot on dry land. I truly hope this marks the end of our journey. We would be most grateful for any assistance you and Master Alphino can offer. Master Alphino's associate, yes? We have been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors. Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so. I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
I thank you for your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Oh, they are named now. Kasasagi. We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness. Kikyo? Or is it Kikyo? Lady Yugiri labors day and night for the good of our people. She is as an inspiration to us all. Yet I worry for her health. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for some several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations. Nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Byrnjolf? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day, to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just send word they can't come, meanin' I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha! Go and call on Friduri and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell him I said to ship the little prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show 'em those letters. That should set 'em straight. She's in the business of feeding refugees now? I ain't normally one to question Mistress Mamodi's judgment, but that don't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it now. They'll start to expect it. You mark my words. I need to do a better job at reading aloud. I keep putting words in that aren't supposed to be there. We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Aguirre it's all in hand. I dare not hope for such magnanimity. Magnanimity. How am I having trouble? Magnanimity. Much less expect it. Mistress Mamodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Thing is, I could say it just fine in my head, but trying to say it out loud is, for some reason, different. Lady Aguirre, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience. Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Aguirre, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. Oh, on the Royal Promenade. Whoops. A new character has entered the arena. I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Domin, Ul'Dan, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments. For this very reason, the Platinum Mirage in particular serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. We must take pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Ul'Dah. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. Bards sing of wars which decided the fates of nations, but a single word spoken within a council chamber is more like to decide that of mine own. I have heard that the Sultana is a kind and generous ruler. Of the Syndicate, I have heard less flattering things. If we are all enemies of Garlemald, is it not fitting that we should join forces? A pleasure, Byrnjolf. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting.
I, Ugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow.
I have to ask, how many people are able to actually fit on a galleon? $200. That's sounds like way more than should be possible.
Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees. They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Ah, yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Uldar's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
You know, if I was to compare these two characters with real world people, I would think Teleji Adeleji would be somebody who has the thing for HB1 visas. That's what those are called, right? And wants to work immigrants as slaves. Well, Lolorito is practically every conservative in the United States.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace. And I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, Little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Man, still nothing from this. As Lord Lolorito goes, so goes the Syndicate. It bears repeating that Lord Lolorito does not speak for the Syndicate. The others harbor doubts, I will allow, but in time they shall see the error of their ways. Did they not hear Lady Yugiri's pleas? How can they turn us away, knowing what we have endured? Prone to violence and criminal activity? Who is he to speak of us thus? Are we to be punished for sins we have never commit? Oh, we may never commit? Again, me adding words that don't exist, replacing may with have. My people could not endure another long sea voyage, but if Ul'dah will not accept us, what choice have we? As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah! I will waste no more words on him. Not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. Lord Lolorito is not but a dirty old pinchgill. Lower your voice. One of his birds might hear. What was it we were searching for again? If you ask me, I say to hells with them. I wasn't asking you. And she ran out of the Lord's chambers wearing naught but her knickers. That new maidservant? No, truly? My. The gossip up here. It's gonna be raining in Gridania. And some thunder and rain as well. Well, Ishgard is gonna have snow, and more snow. Idleshire? What's that? I have no idea. I will not deny that certain portions of the refugee population have been a burden on the Sultanate, but I take issue with my counterpart's contention that they account for the majority. In this they are plainly mistaken. Even so, we must not think ill of them for wishing to protect our great nation. Mayhap I should have considered the likelihood of failure more deeply beforehand. Is there naught we can do to earn the approval of these Uldans? We do not wish to live by the grace of others. We want to work. We want to contribute. A galleon is no place for my people, for any people, to call home. This cannot continue. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The monetarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Ul'dah is not an option. Nor are Limsa Laminza or Gridania, I judge, given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. That I had more time to find an alternative. A place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Minfilia, that is precisely what I had wished to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap? Or even just a few days? Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alphino. The headquarters of my order, Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself proposed, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Ul'dah, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alphino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Ul'dan Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there and on, Byrnjolf. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Mamodi was kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhap it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Ul'dah, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? Been here for 110 minutes. What we really need are healers, but I'm not very skilled at healing. And it's about time for me to make lunch. I think I'll stop here for now. Okay. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next time.